Whoever said that you shouldn't work your front delts because you're getting all the action they need through presses was a dumbass. Yes, you do need to work your front delts. And if you have problem shoulders, we're going to do some exercises today that will really help develop that front delt, give you that thickness up here, and it'll do it without hurting your shoulders. So let's get started. All right, so this is a really good way to warm up your shoulder after you do your active stretching. So what I want you to do is you put the dumbbells in this position, and we're just going to come up a little bit. And what I want you to feel is I want you to feel the weight of that. So you're pushing it up, and you can feel how that medial head of your delt is lifting this up. There's no momentum. Now I can already feel the lactic acid starting to happen in that shoulder. Do one more. And so you might be wondering, why do I wear a Versa Grip for shoulder day? Good question. Thanks for asking. So I don't want to put any tension in my hands. I don't want a grip of death. So when I do this, I'm just very lightly holding on to this. So when I lift it, I feel it right there as I pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. And this is about as high as I'm going to go for a warm-up because I only want to use this muscle. When your arm goes any higher, the clavicle is lifting up the load because this range of motion is only about to here. Once I get any higher, it's the trap and the clavicle that's doing the work. I'm here to warm up the shoulder, not the rest of these systems. This is one of my favorite shoulder exercises, and it works your front delts, the anterior delt. This is an alternating dumbbell front raise. So I want to make sure that you're in a good stance, good balanced stance, and I'm going to deliver this up one at a time. Good. You'll notice I'm actually kind of twisting a little bit forward. I have a loose grip on the dumbbell, just making a ring around it, and I come up. And as you can see, that front delt is really active. I'm lifting it up, lifting it up. What the exercise is not, is this. Now you're mostly using your lats and momentum to engage it. Each rep, deliberately lift it up, lift it up. So if you do 3 sets of, let's say, 10 to 12, you can get a really good pump in that front delt, and it's a great exercise to make those front delts grow. If you're looking for an alternative just to the alternate dumbbell raise, here's a really good idea. Now you're going to use an incline bench, and it needs to be inclined enough. So we're going to be down at this level, and what we're going to do is we're really going to put all the emphasis on that front delt. So kind of at an angle, not completely over, but at about an angle here. So anywhere from here to here works. I actually feel it a little bit more if I angle it. There. There. You want to be in control of it too. You don't want to be just swinging it up. Up. Control it on the way down. Up. Control it on the way down. You're going to have to use lighter weight for this. So you're probably going to need to do the 12 to 15 rep range, and you can't go as heavy as you can with the alternating front raise. You know, I might end with, you know, anywhere from 45s to 55s on my top set. There's no way I could do that on this particular exercise. I might end up with 30s. Those are 2 really good exercises for working those front delts. So the alternating dumbbell raise and decline bench version. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the algorithm, which makes this channel grow. And also follow me on Instagram at Masters Muscle. And don't forget, if you use the Masters Muscle code for Old School Labs, you'll get 15% off. So they've got some great products. So try it out at Old School Labs. So why don't we take a look at the anatomy of the front delt and how it looks on the shoulder. Now here is an interesting story. Since the delts are in a triangle shape, the reason why they're called delts is because of that triangle shape. The Greek letter delta is a triangle, and if you turn it, so this is an upside down triangle. So that's the reason why they're called delts. There's your little trivia for today. Let's take a look at the anatomy of the delt before we go any further. It's not three different parts, it's just where each head attaches onto the clavicle, whether it be the front of the clavicle, the mid part of the clavicle, or the back part of the clavicle. Okay, another action of the front delt is the press. Now, believe it or not, most people think that's this part of the shoulder, but a shoulder press is actually the anterior delt. So when I lift my arm up this way, that's the anterior delt. If I pull it out this way, it's still the anterior delt. If I roll my hand this way, now I'm using the medial side. But here, so let's think about this. I push my arms up. This is half the lever. This is an anterior delt motion. Now, this is a straight Smith machine, and when I do this shoulder press, I want to make sure that my upper arm or my forearms are perpendicular to the ground, and you really got to make sure that this bar is coming literally right in front of your nose to about chin level and up. So I'm pulling my shoulder blades together, I get my feet under me, up. I control it on the way down, up. One more. Notice that I'm keeping my elbows forward. They're not moving back. Come down. And I'm driving through those elbows. And man, I really feel it in that front delt. Shoulder machines make excellent training devices for your front delts because they don't have any problems with stabilization. This is a Panetta machine, and so here are the important keys to really work that front delt. So first of all, I'm keeping my elbows in this way. I'm retracting my shoulder blades, and I come up. Now, I'm not going to let it get in mechanical disadvantage right here because I don't want it to bother my shoulders. So I'm going to let it go about earlobe level, and I press. I really like these machines. And it gives you some options too. So if you need to use a neutral grip and go this way, you can do that. I prefer to use a grip right about here, about earlobe level. Push my shoulder blades together, drive it up. Drive it up. Use this. If you want the hypertrophy on your front delt, 3 sets, 8 to 12, that'll do just fine. Incline bench press is a really good exercise for building your front delts. But that being said, when I do a regular incline bench press, my arms are here. So, to work your front delts, you don't want it to be here because you're going to hurt your shoulders. So you've got to learn how to drop the bar between here and here, and you want it right about in the middle. I also suggest that you don't drop the bar all the way down on your chest, and I'll use a block, and you'll see how I use that to help protect my shoulders. All right, let's do a few reps, and I want to make sure that this is controlled the entire time because you can't go super heavy pressing on your front delts. You still want to use a hypertrophy range, 3 sets, 8 to 12, or you might even do 10 to 12 with a lighter weight, and we'll use a tempo. So on this, I'll use a 20-20 tempo, 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. I'm also going to use more of a medium grip. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice that my elbows are not down here and they're not flared out wide. but I feel that pressure right there on that anterior delt. I hope you've gotten a lot out of this episode. And, you know, if you're young or you're old, always take good care of your shoulders, because once your shoulders are hurt, they're never really the same again. I have tears in my rotor cuff on both sides, and that has forced me to really learn and understand the mechanics of the shoulder and what I can do to maximize my lifting and maximize my gain. So always warm up your shoulders, take good care of them. And I have another video that I did on what to do if you have tweaky shoulders, so be sure to take a look at it. If you're looking for some online guidance or in-person guidance here at Anarchy and Owings Mills, feel free to reach out to me in the comments section below, and I'll be happy to talk to you. I offer online nutrition, in-person nutrition, and online and personal training. This is Yaakov Baram. Have a great day.